So to make more sense of this, let's layer our emotions first over top of it. So an emotion, when we have a lot of energy, so this is our energy line vertically, and this is our stress line. So when we have a lot of energy and not a lot of stress, or a sense of ability to handle our stress, we feel more in flow. Feel happy, right? So we feel flow or happy, or pretty much we feel pretty in control. When we feel down here, we feel a little bit more relaxed or calm, right? So if we have less energy, but the ability or skill to handle it, or when we make a lot of category 2 decisions, we tend to lean into the category of, this is called the relaxation response, right? So this area right here, this zone, if we're in it, we feel calm and relaxed. If we're in this zone, right, we feel happy or in flow or under control. Okay? So if we're over here, we tend to feel more anxiety, right? We feel anxious or anxiety if we have a lot of energy but no skill to handle it. And if we feel we have a lot of energy but not enough skill to handle it, we start to tend to feel angry, or really we feel tension. So category 3, similar to category 1 in that in the moment, the action, decision, thought, whatever we do feels good. But the difference is category 1 feels good and is good for you, so our result after the fact is we feel good. The difference of category 3 feels good but not good for you, feels good in the moment, right? We get the hit, but then we feel afterwards not good. We feel anxious, or we feel stuck and angry, or tension, right? And then down here, if we have low energy and a lot of stress, or low energy and a low ability to handle the stress, right? Then we start to tend to feel, depending on how we are on this line, feel a little bit just ho-hum if we're right here. If we're sort of in the middle of this, we might feel a little bit more sad. And if we're way down here in the corner, we're going to feel more depressed. Right? So this is how our emotions overlie with our decisions. So when we make these decisions more and more often, those are the sides we line up on. So if we're making a ton of category 3 decisions all the time, the result net profit of how that we feel after is going to be anxious or just tension, uneasy, right? So use this to first understand how decisions make you feel, and then use that to make decisions make you feel better. So you can kind of visualize or map out, right? This is a compass, lay out which direction you're facing, what decisions you're doing to how you want to feel. You say, how do you want to feel? I want to feel here, right? I want to feel happy and in flow and in control and calm and relaxed. Then category 3 decisions are going to pull you from that feeling more often, right? So match up the decision with the sense of feeling you want. Keep doing that and watch it just roll over. So now let's layer the mind to it, right? So the mind in these categories, when you're in this side, actually, let's do this. So the vertical line right here represents a sense of challenge. Right? So when our energy goes up, if we're way up here, we feel a sense of challenge. When our challenge goes down, our external challenge goes down, our internal, our sense of energy will match, usually, right? And then across is really a sense of ability or skill, right? So if we have a really good sense of ability to handle something and a lot of energy, we can take most things. We activate the challenge response, right? When we're down here, we activate the relaxation response in this category. When we're in this category, we activate the fight or flight reaction. And over here, the avoid or freeze reaction. So you can see these are 4 physiological stages as well. So this physiological stage, a lot of energy and a lot of sense of control or skill, activates a challenge response. We seek out a challenge. It's a good thing. We seek it. We want to do it. We feel we have enough and we like the challenge. If we feel we have not enough energy but a lot of skill still, we will shift into what's called the relaxation response, where we're more receptive and taking in. When we're over here, this is sort of the fight or flight response, right? So it's not a great feeling, and it sort of puts us in tunnel vision, and we see the world as anxiety or tension, sometimes anger. So these are the windows and the lenses that we see things with. And down here, if our energy is low and our ability to handle is also poor, the natural evolution is sort of ho-hum, sad, and depressed, right? So this is freeze or avoid. When we're in this category, this is when we avoid everything. When we see something, if we're just having a sense of avoiding, we're probably in this. And we can call these sort of, these 4 areas, if wherever we are, so if my energy is high and my stress is not bad, I'm here, if I'm in that category, that is my mood, right? So these are 4 sort of types of moods. But within that mood, let's say I'm right here. I feel energy, I feel a sense of challenge rising, and I feel like I don't have a lot of skill to handle it. So let's say I'm right here, and I'm sort of stuck between anger and anxiety and tension, okay? From this point, I can mini matrix it, and I still have a decision. So even if my mood is anxious or angry, I can use the decision matrix to make a category 2 decision, right? So a category 2 decision right here is going to slowly pull me over and over again till I get into category 2. That's where we want to be because our energy oscillates vertically up and down all day long. So once we're in this state, and our energy will naturally rise back up on the next cycle and we'll feel pretty good. And then if we make all these right decisions, we'll sort of fall back into that. And that's where it becomes our loop, right? Same thing that happens if we're over here, we wake up on the wrong side of the bed, say we're here, and we make a category 3 or 4 decision, we sort of stay in this mood, and our attitude is our decision. Our mood is where we are, our attitude is going to be the decision we make. Say we make a category 3 or 4 decision, we're just going to, our energy is going to naturally fall, so we're going to oscillate, and we're going to stay all day on the wrong side of the bed. We're going to oscillate between sort of category 3 decisions and feelings in category 4. So angry or anxious to sad and sort of down, and that's our day. And we sort of rotate between these 2 emotions. In this one, we rotate between these 2 emotions. So see the parallel? We're always rotating between 2 emotions, and it's up to us to decide through our choices how to shift. So this formula we're going to use in the decision matrix is, we don't want to do 4, right? But if we want to cross. So if we're in a 3, or if we're in a category 4, we're going to do something that's a category 3. Because it's pretty hard to move across the line. So if we get our energy up, listen to some fired up music, work out, get our energy up until we're at least have enough energy here, then our next decision, do something good for us, moves us across the line to category 2. That's the move. That's the hardest part. Being able to move from this side, left side, into over here, right side. But once we make across that line, the category 2 that didn't feel good at the moment, once you're in this state, feels pretty good now, right? Over here, eating healthy or exercising or making good decisions, category 2, does not feel good, but we know it's good for us. So when we are able to break through that, make that decision on the decision matrix, we will end up over here, and then all of a sudden, now that exercise or eating healthy does make us feel good. And then as our energy goes back up, we feel relaxed and calm, and then we feel happy and in flow. So these are the cycle that we take all day long. It's our ultradian rhythm. It's our natural cycle. We oscillate through this about 12 times a day. So about 12 times a day, we're going to oscillate through the up and down. But at any time, we can choose to go from left to right. If we're in right, it's pretty easy. If we're already here, it's pretty easy to make category 1 and category 2 decisions because they feel correct. Remember, where we are, the mood we're in dictates how we see things, how we feel, how we think. Okay? So when we're in this side, the real move, if you're over here, if you're in 4, is to get to 3. And if you're in 3, it's to get to 2. Because our energy is going to come back down again if we're 3, right? It's coming back down. So we can come back down here into a 4, or if we make a 2 decision, or a 1 even, we can come across over here. So as the energy comes down and we're up here, move it across by doing something that maybe at the moment does not feel good, but you know it's good for you. And once you do that, you're going to start to cross over. And we said we have 70,000 thoughts a day. We have a lot of opportunities to slowly micro make changes. Doesn't have to be rapid, and we're not going to probably make 100% of the right decision. Sometimes it's 1% better, 2% better. 10% better is a huge improvement. If you're making 10% better decisions, you're going to shift maybe your resting place more naturally over here, maybe over here, and you're going to end up living in this zone. And when you're in this zone, your mood and attitude match up, and you're able to have that growth mindset, be more connected to your spirit, lessen your ego, and everything unfolds more naturally from there.